What's going on, everybody? It's ShamefulPenguin here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be explaining my earnings from the running 50 new Vastir map. So I ran 50 dunes, but new Vastir strategy, how it ended up for me, how much money or how much currency I estimate I'll make. I still have to sell all the stuff for that. So if you guys don't know how to do this strategy, I made a video on this down below in the description. It's going to bring a link to it. Go ahead and watch that video and I explain it more in depth. I'm not really going to go over it that much in this video. As much as I'm going to say about it is that it turns every sergeant in the area to have rewards, and they give extra rewards. And if you do this in the area, you just get insane amounts of returns from running the Legion. So we guarantee our legions through using one scarab. I just used a rusted scarab. Running with the map device cost, which is 6C, and then you have a 9% chance of spawning a third one. And when you get 3 in your map, it just lots of currency. It's just a free money maker. So I'm going to be going over my what I put into the map device, what I invested into 50 maps, and then we're going to be going over the returns, and then I'm going to go over a small part about my build, because you guys always ask about my build at the end of the video and in the comments. So I think I'll go over a tiny bit of it down below, but I am improving this build as I work on it, because I'm going to be doing more map strategies in the future. So I'm always tweaking my builds. So yeah, we're going to get into it. So what I put into every dunes map is I use tier 15 dunes. I'll do it right in front of you guys. So I would just quality up to 20%, alch, and make sure it didn't have reflect or regen, and kind of just an alch and go strategy. So this costs about 4C, because you can buy between 3 to 4C per map. It depends on your map. This is a necessary item in the strat, is the rusted Legion scarab. But you can go for higher. You can go for gilded or winged if you feel like it, but I felt like rusted was just pretty much the same returns almost. I ran some gilded, some rusted, or majority rusted. So rusted scarabs about 2 and 2.3. Rusted harbinger are pretty good because it just adds more pack size. I ran my build with headhunter, so it just guaranteed more continuous buffs and really easy way to just get a little bit of money, exalt shards every once in a while. I ran it with a breach scarab. It was not gilded, usually it was rusted or polished, but I just ran what I had. A rusted one goes up for about half a C, so pretty low investment. And then just a sacrifice frag. You can run with anything you feel like. I did do a few of them with strong boxes, I believe. Yeah, a few ambush scarab just to get more pack size, just to, we're running it. But on average I spent about 9C on the fragments plus the map cost, and then the map device crafting costs 6, so about 15C is your cost to run each map. And I did it 50 times, so 15 times 50 times 50 is about 7.5 exalts as your in price to run 50 maps. I mean, you pretty much get returns. So I'm going to go over the returns really quick. I'll just put these back. So these 4 tabs are all of the items I got from those maps. And luckily, because I had just enough room where I didn't have to empty another stash. So a lot of maps, a lot of scarabs, and a lot of just random items in general. It's really good because you get a lot of like high tier items, a lot of picking up, and in general, your investment price is going to be pretty low because you do get a lot of returns. Like if you favor dunes map on your atlas from New Vastir, so I had mine favored, you do get quite a bit of dunes in return. So you definitely don't sustain your dunes maps, and unfortunately some of them are the unique version. You definitely don't sustain, but you're not going to be having to buy them constantly. You do also get a lot of scarabs, and you can just throw them right back into your map device, so it's like you don't have to invest. You get a lot of incubators, so you can constantly make sure you have incubators on all your items. So this makes a lot of currency. I made sure I had incubators on my items pretty much constant. So and I included it in this results because I was using the incubators from here. So it was just kind of a cycle. And then I also was sextanting my maps. I was just using simple sextants because I wasn't really looking for any sextants in particular. I could have looked for the Legion sextant and then farmed for those, but I just wanted to sextant and go and see if it's just the baseline idea was making a huge profit, which it definitely is. So now we're going to take a look at the excellence. And excellence estimates about almost 52 exalts worth of items in here. Of course, this is not all liquid items, but it's including this is a rough estimate about how much returns you got. I adjusted some of the prices of the things, like splinters definitely made excellence look like I earned a lot of money, but splinters really don't sell for as much, as well as item shards. So annulment shards and ancient shards, I devalued them pretty harshly, so it's not gonna be pretty abrupt. So I made it so it's like I'm comfortable sharing that I made about 52 exalts. It's pretty fast to farm all this. Each map took me between around 5 to 7 minutes per map, and I'm running on a headhunter, so you guys may be slower, you guys may be faster if you have something like a self-curse build where you can just run around. Most of the time I found out is picking all the items up. Honestly, I would clear the map in about 2 minutes, and then I'd spend the next like 2 to 3 minutes just picking up all the items. So it takes a little while of picking up, but you do make a lot of returns. You can see that we made a lot of Templar and Mariketh emblems due to the 1% chance to convert the splinter into a full emblem itself, and these still sell for pretty good amounts. So if you get a bunch of them, you do make a decent amount of currency from them. You get a lot of stacked decks because of the how Legion works. You get a ton of them, so if you're into gambling stacked decks, this is a really fun way to gamble them, or you can just sell them for raw profit. Haven't decided what I'm going to do. Another cool thing about this, you get this simulation, whatever that's called. This just gives you alt shards or ores of alteration, I believe, for a stack. Well, actually, we can look it up. Yeah, a 2 stack gets you a 20 stack of alteration, so those are pretty good as a div card. And also, what's the other one called? There was another div card that we had. I got a Soul Taker, just another rare drop. If I look up a card, the Imperial Legacy dropped pretty often, and it's a stack of 22 for a 6-link bow. This is pretty much, after you get a stack of 22, it's a free divine orb. So I valued this as a 22th of a 22nd of a divine, so it's like 0.18 or something like that. I valued it on my excellence, because you're pretty much just gonna get something bad. I mean, you could get like a Wind Ripper or whatever, but yeah, a lot of good returns, a lot of just different maps to fill up your map device. Might take a while to sell all this stuff, but you make so much profit off each map. How much? So we did 50 maps, and we did 52. So it was about an exalt and 4 chaos on average per map. I mean, I was estimating off this, so it's about an exalt per map. Obviously you're gonna have some maps that you just get bricked and get nothing, and then some maps you're just gonna get like multiple. I got one of my maps dropped 2 exalts, which was awesome, but as you can see, I only got 4 exalts total. So it's like that one map was crazy, and then the rest of the maps were kind of meh for raw exalt drops. So it's pretty fun to farm this. It's very much worth it. The more you can put into it, the more you'll make back, probably. You can use delirium on them. I did get a delirium mirror a total of 3 times out of 50, which I believe to be unlucky, but it was pretty good. My next project will probably have to do with something with like low tier delirious or something like that. I have no idea what my next project is going to be. I've been working on this one for a while because it took me, I was going to do 50 maps, but I ended up only doing, or I was going to do 100 maps, but I only ended up doing 50 due to 100 being a lot of maps. And I wanted to sell all this stuff and not just like empty my bank account, so I would have a bunch of stuff left over. So now I can like empty these tabs and start selling actually. Alright, we'll get into my build really quick. It's the same build as my really bad Valdo's Rest farmer. Pretty much exactly the same passive tree. I don't even know if I changed anything. I'm not doing self-poison because I just didn't feel like rolling sextants for it, but if you want to do self-poison, it's pretty much the self-poison build. You just take this other than ambush and assassinate, I believe. But I just have an explodey chest, 2 void batteries, then I got a badge of brotherhood and headhunter just to be a speedy boy, and then just resistance on my helm, boots, and gloves. And yeah, nothing really special about any of my gear. I know I'm going fast through it if you want to copy it. I really just look for movement speed on boots, and then ES and life, like hybrid stuff. I don't have anything crazy right now, but I will be investing into probably power charge rings, and then swapping to some scepters that are kind of like this one, where it's going to have like plus level of gems, and then fizz conversion and fizz's extra, something like Rimrose. But that's pretty much my build. It's really nothing worth copying. If you just take off the headhunter and this is what I use for, and then just put on a Bisco's what's it called, a Bisco's leash, Bisco's collar. Which one is it? It's a belt, Bisco's leash. I pretty much put a Bisco's leash and a rare amulet that had like life and res, and that was the build I used for my Valdo's Rest. But yeah, pretty simplistic build, not worth making a build video over. I am working on a self-curse one, and then I'm probably going to convert this to a cast on crit build or something like that later on, but we'll see in the future. I can't read the future, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I appreciate you guys stopping by and liking my video. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Later.